Guys and dolls. So, just a normal video today. Got the muffler over the speaker, so hopefully you shouldn't catch much wind. I just want to cover what's been going on. So I do, to be honest with you. Just with Peter Lynch dying in prison, and little bits and pieces that I've found out. So basically, we found a lot about the judge, and I just want to make this clear that this is my opinion of what I'm gathering and what I'm hearing and seeing on the street, not what you're hearing on the news. Mostly because it's an investigation, I suppose. You know, it's an inquiry of if anybody dies in prison, you know. So I just want to make that clear, that nothing's down. They're saying suicide, but that's not official. Nothing's been made official yet, you know. Because of Tommy Robinson's protest, you got to understand, it's coming at the end of the week. They've got to be very careful. But I think you're all going to be quite shocked whenever the final inquiry does come to light of what's been happening to this man whilst he was in prison. There's a lot of rumours and speculation going about, and I am proud to say to you that some of them rumours and speculation are that the man had been already beaten up a couple of times. But I'm not really prepared to go and say any more about that right now, rather than jeopardise anything. This is just my opinion, what the whispers are on the street. Obviously there's going to be prison officers talking about it, and that's all I'm prepared to say at the minute. So I'm going to move on to the judge that sentenced this man. Now, I've seen a lot, so I have, about this. I've read a lot of his words that he spoke, and it's quite concerning, to be honest with you all. I'm very concerned about this judge, because, as you know, I look at everything logically, and I know how lenient this man has been. For instance, he told a sex attacker who was targeting young girls that he wasn't going to send him to prison because he wouldn't be able to handle it in prison. You know? Now, I'm not being funny, right? But I've been in many prisons, and I've seen what happens to these guys in prison. So, for instance, let's take one example of one prison I've been in. You get A wing, you get B wing, and you get C wing, and then you get the therapy unit. Now, this is a prison wing in a prison called a therapy unit. These are prisoners who have been sent to the same prison as any other criminals, by the same judges in the same courts of law, by the same law, but yet they rename their wing's therapy unit. Now, there's many other things I could bring to your attention. The protection that these guys get. Paedophiles get extra protection in prison. There's no two ways about it. So for this judge to turn around and say that this man, he wasn't sending this man to prison because he didn't think he could handle it, it's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You know? Now, when he made this statement, he also said that this charge does bring a custodial sentence. So he admitted it. He admitted it, that the actual... Oh, it was a pee. Sorry guys, thought you'd on poo. The actual charge did warrant a sentence, you know. And there's case after case like this where he's been letting sex offenders off. Very lenient, very, very lenient man. So we've then got to ask ourselves, what is going on? Why would this man go from being such a lenient man to men who are committing heinous crimes against children that will probably lead them to drink or drugs? Probably lead them to a life where they don't feel worth anymore. You've got to understand the damage that this does to these young girls. The mother of my child is one of these young girls. I know, I've got first-hand account of what happens to these children when they grow up. I've been there. I was abused as a child. I know what happens to I know. There's enough of us here to talk about it. But yet these judges let them off. They don't send them to prison. But they sent Peter Lynch to nearly 3 years for saying words that were really relevant in this day and age. Our children are being raped by some of these men in these hotels. Hotels, they're being kept in hotels. Do you understand why he had a problem? So he brought them problems out onto the street and he told the police what he thought of these. And there's nothing wrong with that. And his words are going to be echoed now. I'm going to make sure that his words are going to be echoed by every single one of us. And let's see them arrest us for it. Because the exact same words that man used, I'm going to be using them words from now on. When I see any policeman protecting any hotels or protecting any illegal immigrants, we will be using the same words that man used. There's no two ways about it. We're going to do more than remember Peter Lynch. So we are. We really are, guys. We're going to do a lot more than just remember him. Yeah, so there's so much going to come out about Peter Lynch. And you know what? Sorry guys, we're on a main road. I've still to work on it. I've worked on it so many times. I've tried and tried. And sometimes I think I get there with her. And she's all nice and walks along the road like she's meant to. And then there's times when she's like this. Yeah, that's what I've got to put up with. But she's a good girl, really. And she's in good hands. Sorry about that, but that's my videos. You know, I know it's a serious topic we're talking about, and I am, you know, but this is real life. This is my life, this is real life. I'm out while walking with my dogs, talking to my friends, you know. So yeah, there's a lot to come out, guys, an awful lot to come out. And they're going to drag their heels with this one. Mark my words, there's not going to be fast rapidness with this one. They're not going to be rushing this through anything. They're going to try and hold this back. They're going to try and silence people. They're going to try and pay prison officers off. The governor's probably going to get promoted. The governor of this jail will be promoted, guaranteed. Watch this space. Just watch what I'm saying to you guys. Because we're paying very close attention to HMP Moreland right now. I can assure you that. So please rest assured, guys. Everything's being done. Patriots are really, really working hard right now. You know, I haven't stopped. I just nearly dozed off her. My partner put her head on my lap for half an hour. Just been to the doctors this morning, everything's good. You know, and yeah, it's been hard work. So it is. And we have been really, really active online. You know, so rest assured, guys. We know what's coming. We know. Let's see if the government are going to be honest and truthful about it. That's all I'm going to say, like, you know. But, yeah, it's a really, really sad thing, you know. I've really, really been devastated. You know, it's like almost like, it's like a death in the family. To be honest with you, I'm trying to keep upbeat. You know, but even my partner's feeling it. Because, yeah, you know, she follows all this stuff, you know what I mean? She's been through it. 12 years old. Drugged and raped by a foreigner that came into this country. And I always say, it doesn't matter what colour, what religion, you know. This is the facts of life. And that man got let off. That man walked out free from court. You know. And I don't even want to tell you the kind of things my partner had to go through as a young girl by police officers. You know. My girl looks young. You know, she does. Fucking a lot older in her head. But, geez, oh, can't imagine what she looked like at 12 years old. She looks this young at 22. You know, it's like, come on, man. You for real? And then you got police officers making comments because she was, like, dressed up, makeup on at 12. You know what kids are like? You know, at a house with a friend. Brought these characters back. You know, and then she got drugged. And one of the police officers, when she was coming to the police station, oh, you don't look anything, you know, like when she was out that night, obviously there was photographs taken. Oh, you don't look nothing like that now, do you? What? Why should that even come in? This is a child that's been raped. You know? What kind of behaviour is that from any police officer? But this is what goes on. You know? This is what goes on, guys. Follow Sammy Woodhouse. She knows. She's been through it, and I imagine. I don't even know her full story. I don't know what happened when she's tried to bring what happened to her to the police. I don't know. You know? But I can imagine. You know, simple as I can imagine. Jeez, oh. It's not nice when you're there amongst it all and you're speaking to these girls and you find out what they've gone through. How they're doubted. You know? How they're blamed. And you know, it's your fault for looking so old, for putting makeup on, for wearing a short dress. 12-year-old? Nah. It's not right, guys. Nothing's right now. You know? Nothing's right. I got abused. Nobody cared. Even when I was going through the historical child abuse inquest, they weren't caring. Nobody cared. They didn't investigate nothing. They didn't look into nothing. There's £40,000. You cannot complain about it again. That's what they said. There's £40,000 and keep your mouth shut. That's me. I've got it all there in black and white. Now, they seem to care more about people that shout at the police than they do about people that abuse our children. It's true. 2 years, 9 months for shouting at the police. 2 years, 9 months for shouting at the police. But you abuse a child and you don't get any prison at all. So that's where we are in Britain today. You know? That's where we are today, guys, in this country. How proud do you feel to be British right now? How proud are you of your police force? This is just one story from one person that you happen to come along on the internet who just happens to be with a woman who got abused as a child, and also their perpetrator, the beast, the monster, got let off. How many more do you think are out there? How many more do you think are around me? Boys that are now men, girls that are now women. Do you know how many people I know who's been paid off just like me, told to be quiet? And they got a lot less than me, you know? And you know when these people get their money, when they get this money, they're destroyed with drinking drugs. How good do you think that money is to these people? Do you think it's money they want? No. I'm sorry to bring such horrible video days, and I'm really sorry, but normally I get my videos out first thing in the morning. It's lunchtime, it's after lunchtime, because it's difficult, because I've got so much of this on my head, you know, because I've been telling you from the start what was happening to these guys in the jail, what they would be going through, you know, what Tommy will go through if he gets to prison, This is what the establishment do to people like us. They make sure we go away for a long time, and they make sure our lives are hell in prison. You know, they were spitting and putting all sorts in the Tommy's dinners, and the prison officers done nothing about it. He had to live off a certain amount of money because he wasn't able to work like normal prisoners and make that extra bit of money that makes your life easier. He had to rely on so much money, like 15 quid a week, to feed himself. Never mind letters, never mind phone credit, never mind stamps for his letters, pens, batteries for the radio. You know, he had to spend every bit of money he had on a tin of tuna a day, and maybe a bit of Uncle Ben's microwave rice if he's lucky, and a bar of chocolate maybe a day. That's what that man lives on when he's in prison. You don't know the prisons like we do. You don't know what the prisons are like, what these men are going into. You don't know how difficult it is for patriots to talk like this, because they could lift me as soon as I go down to England and throw me into one of these jails. You know? I wouldn't stand a chance. I'm not going to pretend I'm a hard man. I'll get done. Terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying to think what would happen. Because I'm burned down to no man. I wouldn't last 10 minutes before my face would be opened or scalded or worse. 10 minutes. Well-known patriots don't last 10 minutes. They tried to put Tommy in a wing where the men were outside that tried to kill him were. Only for a prison officer telling them the next time this door opens, refuse to leave it. Thank God for that one prison officer, because there is good prison officers. Trust me in that, I know. Oh, I know. They call them bent, we call them good. And we've got so many of them in every jail. Some of them are bent. Some of them 500 quid to £1,000 a parcel. Whatever we want in. Easy peasy. You know. So, you know, I know how easy it is. You know. I'll talk about it when I write my story. I'll be open and honest about everything. The prison system. It'll shock the lives out of you. Shock the lives out of you. Maybe I won't bring it out, but my daughter will definitely be bringing it out. So we know the prisons. We know what's going on in the prisons. You know. This man was weak. This man didn't have a criminal record. This man wasn't a career criminal. This man wasn't a rider. It's a really sad time, so it is right now. It really is a sad time, guys. I don't really know what else to say, you know. Tomorrow I will bring a better video. I'll bring a better video. I'm going to try and move. It's difficult to move off what's going on. It's difficult whenever everybody you look and everybody you speak to, they're talking about Peter Lynch, and they're talking about Richardson, Jeffrey Richardson, the judge. You know, he's in charge of the LGBTQ committee or something. He's the head man of that. So many red flags are popping up right now, and we're putting his face out there, so we are, because if there's victims out there from this man, we want to know about it. You know, just like Hugh Edwards. Where's the victims of Hugh Edwards? You know, what's happened all of a sudden? We're not even getting false claims. You know, it's like it's all stopped, isn't it? Man used to put like if anybody's got any information, or if you've anything, you know, when somebody, you know, a perpetrator or somebody really bad in society, like Jimmy Savile and all that, they put it up. They say, if you've got this man's ever done any information about this man, come forward. None of that with Hugh Edwards. He was caught, a man that age, caught with child pornography, and you're telling me there's no victims behind that guy. Come on, man. I'll tell you why there's no victims. You all know why there's no victims anymore. Yeah, something's not right, guys. Something's not right in this country. The top tier of this country are rotten to the core. You know? And it's scary. It's It's very, very scary. I'm talking the top tier. Look at our Justice Minister. Sahoop or something. You know. Hi hen. So I'm just doing a video, don't mean to disturb you. Yeah, well she's got blood in her hands. That's what I'm seeing anyway. You know, she's got Peter Lynch's blood in her hands, 110%. You know, she's responsible for all this, all these men. You know, isn't it ironic? Yeah, a Palestine supporter that protests, calls for the end of Israel, is our Justice Minister. Does that make any sense to use at all? You know, we've got foreign nationals in our police force that can hardly speak English. I'll bring you the videos. You'll be sitting your jaw down like that. This African policeman, he can barely speak English. Other police officers are behind him laughing. Some of you have probably seen that video. I will bring it to you. I did look for it last night. I'll put word out and it'll get sent to me. Somebody will send me it. But yeah, another thing as well. Got a message from a patriot through this on comments. Billy Moore's podcast, the All or Nothing podcast. Look at one of his last ones. They're talking about it yesterday, about the illegal immigrants hanging about our parks, photographing our children, and then boom. I'll bring that to you as well. I'll need to speak to Billy, make sure I get permission. He's a big guy. He's a good guy. He's like myself. A lot harder than myself, you know. But I wouldn't like to go toe-to-toe with a man, you know what I mean? There's no many men I'll say that about, but I'll say this about Billy Moore. But nothing but respect for the man. He is a gentleman, and he brings some amazing content. But yeah, I'm going to try and bring you that as well, because it's a bit of an eye-opener, that. I think I'll maybe start doing like I did yesterday with that video as well. Bring you clips instead of like walking and talking, I guess. But I'm just doing this to chat to you because I need a chat today. I need a chat. I'm really, like, no snap today. There's no spark. Sparky hasn't got a spark. And that's not like me, you know. I had a really good day yesterday with Amber and took my mind off it. Didn't get a video out till late. I was at the horse and everything, and I needed that day yesterday just to not think about anything, you know. And you know, because it's like Tommy says, we are Peter Lynch. We all are. You know, it could be any one of us. You know. Is this what we're doing? Is this where we're at now? Is this what our government are doing there? I mean, look what they've done to Tommy for the last 15 years. This has all got to stop. You can't persecute men like that just because you don't believe in their ideology. Jeez, oh man. Could you imagine us doing that to a Muslim if it was the other way round? We would be up in uproar. Other members of the public would be going, oh, you can't do that. That's not right. Look, everything he said has come true. You know, you can't keep doing this to the man. You're trying to commit him to him and put him in the jail so he gets killed because of a video that shows that you're all corrupt. How do we get rid of these guys? How do we get us in there? There must be a way. We can't wait 5 years for this. There'll be more men dying. There's going to be another one just soon. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. You know, there'll be different gangs in different prisons trying to do things to patriots so they can get it on the news. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I know how it works. It's a badge of honour for these guys. It's a badge of honour. Now, you know, get a patriot. Bully a patriot. Give them hard times. That's what they're doing. You know, and this guy just couldn't take anymore. As if he even did commit suicide. You know. What are you going to do in the prison? You want to off somebody? Huh? Even if the doors are open and you go in, bump around his neck, strangle him, hang him up, tie it around the bars. You can hang it off the bed. There's so many ways that they'll say that's suicide. They've just got to tie something to something and they'll just go suicide. Believe you me, if you're wanting to off anybody in prison, that's what you do. That's what you do. You question every suicide in prison. We question every suicide out here. I know guys have committed suicide and they haven't. And still, they think they've committed suicide. Still, families all think they committed suicide and they haven't. You know? And every dog in the street knows that they haven't. You know, the police know that they haven't. But dare they say, oh, it's in a murder inquiry? Because they know they're not going to solve a murder in prison. Trust me on that. No chance. No chance. So that's just a murder, an unsolved murder they're going to have on their books. So they're going to say suicide. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. But they're not going to get away with this one. They're not going to get away with it. Trust me on that. If we have to pay hundreds of thousands of pounds to get the truth, we will. These prisoners they've all got a price. And the government will be running about right now trying to silence them all. Trying to do their best. They'll be panicking. They're running about like headless chickens right now. Trust me on that. The Labour government are panicking. Trump's coming out. He's called them straight out. Trump's coming up after them. Elon Musk is coming after them. Oh my God. They're not only the most hated politicians in this country by us, they're the most hated politicians in the world. What's going on, guys? Hey, come here. Come here. Right, I'm on the main road, guys. So, I'm going to leave it at that. Listen, I'm sorry it's one of these videos, but I've shared it with you, and I'm going to just leave it at that. I'll maybe bring a wee nighttime one out if I get in a better mood. And, chill up, enough. I'll bring another one out maybe later on, a wee nighttime one. I'm going to go out for a walk with my boy. But I'm going to leave it here, guys. So God bless you all, and please everybody stay safe.